Hello, everyone. Welcome to SPTV. I'm Jennifer Rose, and so happy to be here with all of you here today, talking about love, doing some readings, and having some fun with all of you on this fine Tuesday. And if you're looking for me, you can find me over at mediumjenniferrose.com. I do private readings, and I do teach mediumship and a lot of other fun events I've got on the schedule. But I'm so happy to be here in this present moment with all of you. Richard is telling me we're having some tech issues on the Facebook end, so we may not be able to see your comments right away in the timing that we have. So we're trying to work with that right now. But if you are able to swing over to YouTube, that would be actually easier on our end. But we will try to make sure we're seeing everybody who's on here as well. So, but I just wanted to get that out. So if you're able to switch on over to the YouTube version of our show, it will be a little bit easier tech-wise on our end, but hopefully you can see us and everything is working out just fine. So I hope you're all doing really, really well today, and we shall get started with our show. I did just remember. Okay, so Okay. Richard's letting me know that Facebook is a little sluggish on that and that people are trying to get connected. But so while we're here over on YouTube, I will let you know too, just as a disclaimer, I am not a licensed therapist, but I do work with spirits. So this is not a substitute for professional counseling. This is considered to be a complementary. And so I do connect with spirit. They give me guidance as well of what they're seeing for you. So I work in that way as well. And then they can also trigger what I know through previous experiences, previous readings, things like that. And that way, hopefully we can give some help for you here today. So I will be talking a little bit in the beginning, but then we'll be moving it over into giving some messages for people who are on here today. If you would like to submit questions for things that you've got going on in your life that you might like some input on or a little perspective on, please start getting those into the comments. We'd love to know who's here as well. And also, we'll just see how we can connect. I did bring my cards here today too. So if you guys are wanting a card, I have the most lovely ones. I've got the Rose cards, the Rose Oracle, and the Energy and Spirit Oracle. Two fun, very beautiful. So I've got those with me here too. So if we feel called, we'll pull the card for you and have a lot of fun with those. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And this is what I would love to share with you a little bit today before we start moving into the comments and questions, is I want to talk about love from a certain perspective and a certain aspect. And I spoke about this last Sunday at my Sunday service that I do once a month through my website. And my dear friend, colleague, and dear friend, she's my beautiful friend and colleague, Debbie Romero. We were both spoke a little bit about this topic because we were just one day before 9/11. And so we really wanted to talk about love and life and the preciousness of life. And as you all know, Debbie has a beautiful show here every Friday, so make sure you catch that as well. She's going to be interviewing Shannon on Friday, who does angel readings. You don't want to miss that. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. So shout out to Debbie and to Shannon. But coming back to my topic here is there are definitely, as a medium, I know there are many of our passings that come unexpected. Sometimes passings are expected and we're able to emotionally prepare for those, but a lot of times they aren't. It's something sudden, it's an accident, it maybe even be an illness that's very, very quickly takes over somebody. And sometimes it could be the bigger tragedies like natural disasters and things like that. And these passings can be very unexpected and really take us aback. And they really make us start to question life and love. And a lot of times people will go back and wonder if they should have done things differently or if they should have perceived things differently. And so this is kind of where I wanted to go a little bit with that too, is that when people pass in our lives, it can be so hard because the grief can be so difficult to move through, and it takes as long as it takes. So I will say also that when we're in grief, it is a process that needs to take as long as it takes. And so there isn't a timeline to that. You're allowed to have happy moments and then sad moments at the next bit after that if you do. But there's also this lesson that we get, this reminder that we get of how precious life is, because we don't know how much time we have on this earth. And so we can start to cultivate what I like to call more presence with each other, with our connections. So this is with our family, with our friends, with our partnerships, all of this. Start to cultivate more presence, more loving, purposeful connection, ongoing connection. So that way we know that we've made that time for each other. It's very easy, and myself included, to get busy with things in life and maybe forget to make a connection or return a message right away. And we do the best that we can. But what I'm offering to all of you is, can we learn to, over time, practice cultivating more of this presence, more of this grounded presence with each other? Now, I know many of you who are viewers here, you're very spiritual. A lot of you are mediums and healers that come on as well too. So you understand we love connecting with spirit world. I absolutely love being a medium. I love making friends over there on the other side. I love talking to my helpers. I love talking to spirit. It's one of my favorite places to be. But I also know how important it is to be with the people here in the physical and give them my love, give them my attention. And so with my own experiences of people passing in my life, and then also feeling the experiences of my clients who come to me and seeing what they go through and feeling that preciousness of life, because every passing, regardless of how it happens, is sacred. Every passing is a sacred process, and spirit surrounds it in grace as they take our consciousness over into that other space on the other side. But I have heard over and over and over again from spirit world to remind us to also be here, to make connections with people here, to love people here. Take the time to talk to people here. Let them know that you love them. I recently had someone pass in my life that was very special to me, and it was a friend, but we had moved in different places and not had as much regular contact, mostly through texting. And I had the very blessed gift of being able to speak with this friend before she passed a few days later unexpectedly. And it surely reminded me of how important that was and what a gift that was. So it's something that I want to share with all of you. If you can take the time to really connect with people, really listen to people, take the time to smile at people and to let them know that you love them, because it will make such a difference, and it brings more joy and happiness into people's life as well. And in addition, one thing that Spirit was also sharing with me that I wanted to share with all of you too is that let us try to live. I think we've heard there's a quote that says, try not to go to bed angry. And that might be, a task that's not possible to do in every day or in every sense of the word. But what I want to offer you is that sometimes we get upset with people. And I'm not talking about like in the realm of abuse, but I'm talking about, and sometimes we can get upset with people if they hurt our feelings or trigger things within us that perhaps we're still learning about ourselves. And then we might want to ask ourselves, in order to help ourselves with those triggers of not maybe bringing them into a mountain over a molehill, of keeping them in proportion, that how upset would I be about this if I knew my time with this person was limited? And it would just help us to put those triggers in proportion and to help us to cultivate healthier relationships, stronger relationships, deeper, more beautiful connections with people. And what I want to offer you is, when we get these triggers, to give them some time to move themselves out of our system, and to also remind ourselves that the stories that play in our heads when we are triggered or upset with people aren't always true. They aren't always accurate, and they can be a little bit or a lot bit bigger than maybe they really are once that moves out of our system. So hold your feelings in grace, and hold the stories that are playing in grace for yourselves. but give it some time to move out of your system so you're feeling calmer. And then you can go and communicate with that person what you're experiencing was in a healthy kind of way. Does that make sense? So I hope that's kind of helpful for you, because we just would hope that we can, as much as possible, have in our relationships happy endings. And so let me offer that we can set that intention that our relationships have as many happy endings as possible. And that also requires some effort on our part too, because we can't control what other people do with themselves, but we can control our own internal environment. We can do that self work. We can cultivate more self love. We can work through the self knowing process, the know thyself. Do all of that. And it doesn't mean fixing anything that's broken. It means getting to know you more, because the more you know yourself, the more you build more self love and more self confidence in yourself, the more you understand who you are and how you work and how your higher self works through you to help teach you things and have beautiful experiences. And that's going to automatically help to create healthier relationships for you, whether it be family, friendships, romantic partnerships, etc. So I hope that this little bit of information was helpful for you and gives you something to think about. I'd love to hear from you in the comments if this has triggered anything that you might have given you like a little light bulb moment, or something that you might want to think about, or something that you might want to share with us as well. And yeah, just take that in as a little nugget. And if it doesn't resonate for you, let it go. But if it's a nugget that does resonate for you, yeah, just take that into your heart and see how that can help you grow. So I'm going to leave you with that little bit, and then we'll see what we've got as far as our viewers checking in here. So how are we doing, Richard? Because I'm not seeing any comments on my end. All right, so Facebook is still not cooperating. Okay, so Facebook is still okay. Facebook is still not cooperating. So right now we're streaming on YouTube. So we'll see what we can do from there. So do we have, there we go. Hi, Terry Louise. Good to see you. Okay. Thanks for coming, Terry. Hey, Trudy. Good to see you. Beautiful. Love the hearts. There's Benny. Great to see you, Benny. Thanks for coming. Starla. Blessed afternoon to you too, Starla. Thank you. And I am not John. I love that. You're too funny. Oh my goodness. Samantha. Hi, Samantha. Great to see you. Beautiful. Look at your beautiful long hair. Oh my goodness. So I'm just having so much fun saying hi to all of you too. Okay. Let's see here. And we've got Heather coming in. Hi, Heather. Great to see you. Oh, beautiful. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all of your beautiful sparks of joy and heart and happiness and sunshine as I'm reading all of your names. Hi, Anne. Great to see you too. And there's Jenny. Oh my God, your kitty's so cute, Jenny. Oh, I love it. Thanks for coming today. Hi, Haley, and good evening to you, beautiful. And we got 53 Abani. Thanks for the love. Good to see you. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So let's see where we're going. Reneshre Van Krimpen, great to see you. Hello. There's June. Hi, June. Nice for coming. There's Miss Debbie. Y'all need to come see her on Friday. It's going to be 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central for Shannon Rite is going to be doing angel reading. She's amazing. Hi, Haley. Good to see you. You linked to what I've said. You've been trying to be living in the moment and enjoying the small things in life, positive vibes. That is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that too. There's a quote, I think it's Einstein, who says, we can live life as nothing is a miracle or as everything is a miracle. I think we're probably mostly somewhere kind of in between, but it is those moments where we've kind of been through something pretty challenging that all of a sudden life gets very crystal clear, and we can just look at a flower and see the amazement of that, the miracle of just that little flower or that little leaf, or the sunshine in the sky and the clouds and somebody's smile, and to look into somebody's eyes, those small things. There's glory in that too. And I know we have so much fun pursuing our big dreams in life, and they're just so important and beautiful as well. But so are the little glory in the small things too. And when you see that magic in the small things, it makes the big things even more magical too. So thank you so much for sharing that, Haley. I really, really appreciate that. It's beautiful, beautiful. I feel you, girl. Okay. So I've got my energy spirit cards in my hands. Hi, Shiva. Good to see you. Hey. And so I'm going to see where we're going because that's what spirit's drawing me. Hi, Anj. Good to see you. Love the waterfall. Hi, Christine. Great to see you. Thanks for coming. Beautiful purple flowers around you. Hi, Tanita. Okay. I'm so sorry that your boyfriend has passed away. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Do you mind if I check in with you a little bit, Tanita? Because I'm feeling a lot of emotion around your message. So if you wouldn't mind, let me know that you're still here. And then if you can, as quickly as possible, try to give me feedback in the comments as quickly as you're able to. Does that sound good? So I'm so sorry about the passing of your boyfriend. This is, I can feel the sadness and the grief around that too. I do feel when I move into this that like I want to cry a little bit too. So I know that you're still working through that grief too. What I am hearing first, just from spirit world, is just to allow yourself lots of time for love for you. And what I mean with that is a lot of self-care is good for you right now too. And when it's the time for a new relationship, you're going to feel it coming for you because they're showing me that you do have an intuitive feeling. They're bringing me right to the solar plexus. So they're telling me that you do have good intuition and you're going to have this more knowing and this more kind of, they're showing me kind of a revving up and an excitement about getting to meet somebody. So I know that this is what they want to tell you. Now, do you mind if I try to connect with your boyfriend who has passed? Because I feel like I've got him here for you. And he feels to be very kind and nurturing. And I'm feeling him coming in a very peaceful presence. He's coming in very gentle. He's coming in very sweet. And he's wanting to just hold you very gently, very quietly, and very lovingly. He just wants to hold you in the feelings that you're in right now. I can feel him saying, like, I'm so sorry that I had to leave. He's so sorry that he had to leave. It makes me want to tear up. I have to say, I'm being drawn to the color blue, Tanita, and the blue sky as well. So let me know if this is making sense for you. He's being very kind of playful and sweet. He interestingly wants to bring a unicorn to you. So let me know if that connects as a symbol from him as well, because he's bringing me the unicorn. So bring me to that sunshine, the magic, the wonder, the imagination with that he's coming in for you too. And let me know also if you understand a connection with candy, because I'm feeling like I want to like suck on little hard candies that be in wrappers. So either for him or for you that he's bringing forth as well. So there's this connection with the candy, because I feel like I want to open up the little wrappers and I want to put them in my mouth and go, these are like little Jolly Ranchers or something kind of like that. So let me know if that's making sense to you as well. I know he shows me like there's some kind of distance that happens in regarding to his passing where it feels like he's a little bit farther away. We can't get to him in time, or there's something to do with the distance that he's bringing to me. So let me know if this is making sense to you, as if we're not in the same location, or I can't quite get to him in time, because he's showing me there's this distance that we're trying to like correct, but we're having trouble with that. I also know that he shows me, okay, just hang on to the unicorn, because that can show up for you later. I like to call that the gift that keeps on giving for later. So if that shows up for you in a sign, in a book, on something you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, then you'll know that that's a little like wink from him saying that I'm here. But it's definitely a symbol of what I want to say is the magic. It's a symbol of the magic that he wants to bring for you, to let you know that he is still in spirit world. He has a very nurturing presence for you, my love. And I know this is to be very important. I know him to be very romantic with you. I know that he would have been very attentive to you, and he would have made you smile, and he would have made you laugh. And I feel like that's one of the things that you're missing the most is the way that he made you smile and the way that he made you laugh. I'm feeling a little bit stumbled on my words, so there's something about speech that's connected with him as well, because I'm getting slightly stumbled with my words, that this would have been connected with him. I know that to be important, so let me know if all of this is making sense for you too. I do feel like there's something to do also that he shows me about where we're taking trips or we're traveling together or wanting to plan a trip together, that you two would have discussed, because he brings me to that as well. He also is showing me, he's bringing me the infinity sign, just like my little necklace right here. I feel like I want to draw the infinity sign for you, love. So I know that his love for you is eternal, and forever. So I know that you would have had a very strong, beautiful bond, very much of a soulmate kind of bond, but I absolutely know he gives his blessing for you to find love, to find new love. He does not want you to be without that. And he thinks you are one of the most beautiful people on the planet. So he wants your happiness and your joy. He brings me to the yellow behind me, and the yellow top is bringing you the sunshine, bringing you the happiness, bringing you the joy. So I hope that's helpful for you. And I hope that all makes sense to you too. Handsome guy too, very tall, at least taller than me, because he makes me feel this way. Very handsome guy too. So I know that there would have been quite a lovely spark between the two of you, and I know that he thought you were the most beautiful thing ever too. He showed me beautiful angel wings, so I know that there's a connection with the angels, and I know he's absolutely your guardian angel too. But know if you see the angel wings, that's a symbol from him for you too, letting you know that he's here. Look up into the sky. I would not be surprised if you see something in the clouds where you can find a shape, an angel or a heart or something like that, to let you know that he's with you too, because he's very capable of making these connections for you. I've got the spirit chills all over. So I know he absolutely wants to communicate with you and give you signs and signals that he's here with you. So I know this to be very important too. I also know he would have had some struggle. There's some breathing issues that he brings to me too. So there's something to do with his health or passing that brings me the breathing issues, but he lets me know that that is all corrected. He is in a perfect space of being right now. Let me tell you, he's greeted by loved ones when he passes. He's not alone when he passes. He has met God itself, God, him, herself, you want to say, when he passes too. So he's in a very beautiful place where everything is good for him. So I want you to know that, because I do feel like you're wondering where he is. Is he happy? Is he okay? Absolutely. He's very happy. He's very okay, but he is here for you too. He does feel you and want to be here for you as much as possible to make life as peaceful as possible for you. He shows me wanting to hold your hand. So I do feel like he very gently comes in to make his presence known to you and is close to you, holding your hands, wiping the little tears when they come, and just stroking your hair to make you feel better. He wants to bring you sweet dreams as well. So I do feel like he brings healing to you at night to help you have sweet dreams. I know this to be very important as well too. So he really is making a huge effort to you. And I know your question was about meeting somebody new, but again, he gives you his blessing, and he will help you to find somebody too. So please talk to him. Please talk to him, develop and cultivate a relationship with him from spirit world. Learn to listen to the signs. He's going to be making them, and you can feel a little bit of a tingle, a little bit of a breeze. You can feel it. He's there with you, I promise. And that will help you. And then can you be like, is it him? Should I go here? Should I go there? And he'll help to kind of like impress upon you a little nudge to help you know. And again, he brings me to your solar plexus. You've got good intuition, right? So that's going to help, guide you to finding a new relationship. So I hope that's helpful for you, my love. And what a joy to connect with him. And again, I'm sorry for your loss, but it was such a beautiful honor to be able to connect with him for you and kind of bring you back together here today. So thanks for letting me do that. I really appreciate it. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, darling. Very, very welcome. Happy to do that. So, okay. So let's see. Yes. Okay, beautiful. So Richard's letting me know that Facebook is working now. So if you're just tuning in, we've had some tech issues on the Facebook end. So you can go ahead and catch up with the part that you missed over on YouTube. We had a little discussion in the beginning. But if you are on Facebook, you may want to switch over to YouTube. There should be a link there for you, because it will be easier for us to get your comments, because right now the comments are not showing up. And so it's going to be difficult, a little bit harder on our end to get this. So if you are able to switch over to YouTube, that would be better, but don't worry, we've got you either way. So just letting you know. But again, you can go and catch up on the part that you missed. We had a little fun discussion in the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and keep moving forward and seeing how we're doing here today with our viewers and our listeners, and see We've got, okay. Hi, Carrie Ann. Hi, Paula. Susie's. Hi, Susie. He's letting me know who's here on Facebook. Want to say hi to y'all. Taffy, you said? Mitty May. Hi. Okay, great. Thank you for being here. Hi, Helen. Hi, Jill. Hi, Nolene. Okay, beautiful. Good to see all of you. Um, and hopefully you're navigating over to the other side of YouTube. YouTube seems to be a little bit more reliable these days. Facebook is acting really funny lately too. Um, yeah. So, but interesting, I did just pull a card and I'm just going to give this to you as a group card. And it's from the Energy Spirit Oracle. And it's called Divine Presence. It's number 44. Imagine that, the force of love and creation. So I'm just going to put that up to the camera so you can see that. So imagine that's for the group. So what can we do with number 44? Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful angel number, but the force of love and creation is the divine presence itself, letting us all know that this present is with all of us here today, and it is in all of you. We are all sparks of the divine, and we never stop being that just because we're being human. There is that phrase, you've all heard it many times, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. It couldn't be more true because that spark is in you. And I like to liken it to, just to give you a like really easy way to wrap your head around what that means to be a spiritual being having a human experience, is we have our higher self of us, and that higher self of us is also from the divine. It's like this one big, beautiful, unlimited, infinite power. But we're always part of it and always in it, just having a different experience. So I like to use a coin as an example of something you guys can kind of wrap your heads around. And if you think of one side of the coin as your higher self, knows everything that's going to happen, knows the plan, knows why we're doing things. We've got this. This is all divinely orchestrated. It's going to be beautiful. We're telling an epic adventure of a story. Great for the higher self. Now there's us. Think of that as the other side of the coin. It can be the bottom side, but the top or the bottom, one's not better than the other. We're having the experience because the higher self wants to have this experience without knowing the plan. But that part is still there, and this part is still there without knowing the plan, having the experience like in real time, like having the adventure, feeling all of the feelings. But it's still the same coin. You never become separated from it. It's that little space in between we call the veil, the forgetfulness part. But as we go on our spiritual journey, it's kind of an exciting thing. And we go on our spiritual journey, and the more we know thyself, so that process, that work we do to keep internalizing what we're learning, and really having that self inquiry and that also spiritual inquiry as well coming together, that starts to kind of lessen the veil a little bit. We start to feel more intuitive awareness from our higher self, from spirit, from our loved ones. And so that's the reward that we get through the kind of spiritual journey, the awakening and the transformation. So it's kind of exciting. So I'm hoping that's kind of an easy way for y'all to look at it, because we're like, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? I don't like to put a lot of labels on things. I like to try to keep it simple, but it's always the same coin. So you are your higher self. Your higher self is you, but it's just a different little shift in experience. This is what's lovely about when we do psychic and mediumship work, is we're kind of moving a little bit more up into that space and able to kind of access the wisdom that they want to share to help us on our journey, because it is a difficult one. It's not easy being human, but we have a lot of blessings and a lot of gifts along the way too, and so many miracles. As we were talking before, just that little flower, the little sunshine, the little branch, the heart, the smile, the eye contact, many miracles all around us. It's just we can take a moment to stop looking. So, okay, beautiful. Jessica, hi, love. First time catching you live. If drawn, can you have a card? You're in an unhealthy relationship that drains all of your good energy out of you. I'm so sorry that you're having to go through that. I absolutely would love to pull a card for you. I also just want to recommend, if you feel called, that going through counseling, buying some good books on relationships can be helpful for you to like know more about you, to understand more about you, to help you work on that part. I know that you can't change another person, but what you can do is you can make a commitment to yourself to go on a journey of creating more healthy relationships in your life too, and finding out more about you and cultivating more of that self-love and that self-confidence. But I'm so sorry that you're having to go through that. And I know as both women and men, we can sometimes put so much love and so much effort into other people trying to make things work, and we don't always get that sort of reciprocity coming back to us, and that's what can make us feel drained. So sometimes it's good just to take a little step back. What can you do for you? Can you do something nice for you? Can you do something loving for you? Can you remind yourself that you are lovable, you are worth happiness, you are worth joy? And then just kind of start to process from there too. But thank you for coming on to the show and for sharing. It's such a beautiful gift for all of us, because I know so many people are going through the same question. But yeah, let's pull a card and then see what we get. Okay. Well, this is very beautiful, Jessica, and I love your name. You have such a beautiful name. And I was going into my Rose Oracle, and it's called the Sun, and the print is very tiny. So let me read it for you. It's called the Sun, and it's joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. So, and it's just all golden sunshine for you. So I've got to pull that for you and tell you, isn't that a beautiful, perfect card for you? That spirit is wanting you to feel joy. Spirit is wanting you to feel the connection with the sun. And also, I want to say too, with the sun, it's illumination. It's connected again to the solar plexus. And look at all this yellow we've got here today, right? And so that illumination is going to help bring some intuitive awareness to you. Ask your higher self, please bring some more wisdom to me to help me know what I can do next. What would be the next step for me? What can you bring? So I do feel you were drawn here today. So this is a great step that you came drawn here today. And I was able to give you this little gift. And I hope it means something special for you, because it certainly does for me, for you, because you are the sun and you are the moon, and you can have success, vitality, and play. And one thing too that I want to talk about with play on this card, because that's a very important word. Yeah, try to do things for yourself, but you always get pulled. Yes, I know it's hard. It's hard to sometimes. This has a little to do with boundaries as well. So let me get to that next for you, Jessica. Is with the play. That's a very inner child thing. So I do feel like that's something that you can pay attention to, is your inner child and yourself. And this can be something as little as, buying yourself a treat like an ice cream, or even a balloon, or just going out picking wildflowers, something fun and playful that would make the young person in you, the little girl in you, happy, and give her love, give her like hugs and embraces. Maybe it's even watching a cartoon or something that would make her happy, and she is you, she's in you. That play is really important. I hear that message from spirit all the time. And when I'm teaching class, they're always bringing us little exercises to encourage us to remember that, like the inner child, and to have that playful attitude, and to remember those things about ourselves. And it's very like magical indeed. So I want to encourage that for you too, if you're able to. And I know maybe it's just 5 minutes, maybe it's 10, maybe it's an hour, but whatever you can do, go out with a girlfriend, watch a movie, something like that you can do that would be playful, that would make you happy for you. And again, do what you can do. So that's what I'm going to recommend for you. Now, this feeling of getting pulled, you're trying to do something for you, but then you get pulled. So this can have to do with a little bit of boundary settings for you. And sometimes when we're givers, we can have a hard time with that. It can be very foreign to us. And a lot of us here, women and men, were not taught boundaries when we were little. We weren't given access to them. They weren't respected for us. We didn't know we were allowed to have them. We didn't know what that word was back then. It was a very different time period, right? And so a lot of us adults are kind of learning how to do that as adults, kind of like learning to reframe. And it's okay to say, this is what I need right now. And you don't have to go into big, long explanations about it either. So it's okay to set that. Now, understand when we set boundaries, the other people who aren't used to that are going to react to that. They might get frustrated. They might not know what to do with that. So that's something to just be expecting. I do have a caveat here. Sometimes if we're in a relationship that's toxic or harmful and we start to set boundaries, there can be a little bit of a concern there. So you have to do it with concern about just make sure you're protecting yourself in that sense too. But in other relationships, you can't wait with this toxic person. You try to laugh, have fun, but misery loves company so much. I'm so sorry. So so when I hear the word toxic person, that is a little bit concerning for me. And we are all human beings. So, and again, I'm not a therapist, so I'm not taking the place of one, but I might encourage you to maybe reach out. There's a lot of spiritually oriented counselors and therapists out there. They usually will call themselves a spiritual psychologist or a transpersonal psychologist, but a lot of them anyways are very inclined in that way because spirit works through them too. Doctors are healers too. So I always say that because spirit works through the doctors and they might be able to help you unpack some of what's going on more than what I could do in the time period here. But again, hurtful childhood, you grew up so fast and boundaries didn't exist. Yeah, I understand. And I know there's a lot of people here who are listening and may listen later who can totally relate to your experience. And I'm so sorry that you had it this difficult and didn't have that. So that's something, there are books out there literally about how to set boundaries. So you can go on Amazon and find something and pick that up. Or you could work with a person to help you learn to do that as well. And it takes a little bit of practice. But in the end, people generally do respect you more for that too. But when you start doing it and other people aren't used to that, you might get some pushback. So just to give you a little bit of that heads up with that too, to kind of be expecting that too. Now we can try to be as compassionate and empathetic as we can. So we can try to express our boundaries in ways that are compassionate, but we can still hold to them, right? So when boundaries, we don't have them, we're just kind of very open, to the extent that we're not setting any kind of perimeter for ourselves at all. And then on the flip side, sometimes people can have such rigid, strong ones that they don't let anything in. So we try to kind of find a space in between if we can, but it takes a little bit of practice. So that's something I'd like to encourage you to kind of look into and work with as well. But just really take care of yourself. Have a support system. So check in with other friends and other people and have a support system and make sure that you're safe too. So I know that that's important for you as well. But please remember, you've got the sun. This came in for you. Spirit came and brought this here for you to let you know that you're loved and to let you know that there's light inside of you and there's light around you, bringing you this love and bringing you this light, and that you're held in this beautiful, beautiful space. Okay. So really know that you are lovable and you are worthy of being in a healthy relationship. And it's going to start with steps that you can take for yourself. Okay. Okay, beautiful. You will look for one when the show is over. Oh, I'm so happy for you. And I hope that this is the start of a beautiful journey for you too. And I'm giving you all my love and all my hugs. And I can feel that there's other listeners here too that are sending those hearts and those love to you too. I can just feel it. So thank you to everybody else who's holding space for Jessica here today as she's being so beautifully honest and sharing with all of us. It's such a gift that you've given us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to leave you with that. And again, I'm just so appreciative of you. And we'll go ahead and we'll just keep moving forward. Okay. 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 And Jessica, I'm so sorry about your mom passing as well. I'm so sorry about your loss, but please know that she is with you too. Again, if you're on Facebook, we're having some difficulty with the comments. So if it's possible for you to switch over to YouTube, that will help us to facilitate getting to your names and your comments faster. We're sorry about the issue with that. There's tech issues with Facebook right now. Facebook isn't cooperating, unfortunately. So YouTube is our best bet, but I know Richard can see from his end, but they're not coming in to the actual page itself. So we're working our best to kind of make things flow as best as possible. So please just bear with us. And if you are able to kind of switch over to SPTV on YouTube, it'll just be easier as well. So thank you. Stephanie, guidance and clarity in relationship if drawn to me. Thank you. Okay, Stephanie, let's take a look as well for you too. Now it's interesting for you, Stephanie, if you could check in with me and let me know that you're still here and just kind of give me feedback as quickly as you can in the comments, Stephanie, is I'm feeling like I want to be drawn to what they're bringing me is to your age of around like 15, 16, kind of coming into 18, that, and I'm not seeing specifically what it is, but there's something that happens at that time in your life that seems to have kind of set in motion your process of how you cultivate relationships and how you see yourself in relationships. So let me know if this is making any sense to you as first, because I feel like I want to be drawn to that. And this sort of like sets in motion of what happens in this kind of 15 to 18 year range, but specifically I want to go around 15, 16 that they're bringing to me, and let me know. You don't have to like go into detail, but you can let me know if this is making sense for you. And it may take a little bit of thinking and you might come up, understand it later, and that's fine too. But I'm going to draw a card for you here while I have them. And I'm so happy that you're here. So I want to thank you for being here today too. And okay. Okay, so I've got two coming in for you, beautiful, and they're very lovely, Stephanie. So I'm going to give them to you one at a time. Okay, so the first one is called After the Rain, and it says, oh my goodness, the words are tiny. The silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, and acceptance. So what this is letting me know is that we're coming to, and you're going to love the second card, Stephanie. Oh my gosh, so look how beautiful it is. It's got a rainbow on it, and here you are standing here with the rainbow. There's a beautiful song by Casey Musgraves called Rainbow. You might want to take a listen to it later if you have. It's really quite beautiful. But this lets me know that we're kind of coming to the culmination of a life phase for you that's going to be moving into a newer phase. So you're very much in a transformation phase. It's like as if you were a little ducky coming out of the egg right now, and you're just kind of like your wings are just kind of starting to spurt out, or if you were a butterfly coming out of the caterpillar. So let me know if this is making sense. I see a lot of violet purple light coming in for you as well. That also lets me know that your spirituality has been quite awakened for you too. So I know this is to be very important, but I do feel that part in your heart that's longing for a connection as well. So I feel that for you. But this is quite beautiful because this is letting me know that we're coming to a different space. So just let me know in the comments if this is making sense for you so far, Stephanie. Now, the second card, this is so beautiful because it says second bloom, a second chance, it's never too late, and new possibilities. So it's like the first card was like finishing a phase, and the second card is new beginnings. It doesn't get quite much more beautiful than that, my darling. So I just wanted to let you know that this is a very fortunate little message for you that you've gotten here today to let you know that you are definitely in bloom, and your little face is right there in the middle of the rose. Isn't that beautiful? That's you, my darling Stephanie. Isn't that gorgeous? So let me know if this is resonating for you, but that's what I've got for you too so far that I want to give for you too. And I do feel like I want to tell you that you do have a helper, and she's a spirit guide for you. She's got a very angelic feel to her as well. She's very kind of whimsical in her nature. And I see her kind of in flowing white with, she shows me I can have wings when I want to, and I can take them off when I don't want them. It's just up to her. Okay, and I know that I'm hearing that there's not feedback coming from you, so hopefully you will be able to go and watch this later and catch this too, but I want to finish up with this message in hopes that you get it later too. Now, I want to know that with this spirit helper, that she's specifically here for you. I don't have a name for her, but I know that she's specifically here for you to help you with your matters of the heart in moving forward. So this is someone you just can call on her, And I do feel like her name will show up for you at a later time, but this is a discovery process because she wants to build this connective and this loving relationship with you. But know that you have her, and all you have to do is send that thought out. I'm ready to be working with you to get that guidance from you as well, and that help for you. Okay, does that make sense? So I hope that helps for where you are in your current circumstances with your relationship right now. I'm wanting to also encourage you to find some time outdoors. Spirit's letting me know time out in nature is very helpful for you right now, because it's going to help you to kind of open your mind a little bit more and kind of let things settle. They show me a lot of thoughts, a lot of busyness going in there. So by taking some time to go outside, help open things up. They show me it just opens up the space. And when you open up that space, it's going to allow more clarity to come in, because they're wanting to bring this clarity to you to help you understand more what's going on for you and within your process too. But please do, if you have an opportunity, go back and look into your teenage years, because there's some formative years in there that's helping to shape how you process your relationships, how you think, how you view how things reflect back to you and how you view that. So that's going to help give you just a little bit of insight. And again, you could go in and work with someone professionally and speak with them and see how you can learn to connect the dots and learn more about you. But it's really an opportunity for a beautiful discovery process. A lot of beautiful blue coming in for you too, helping you to learn to help communicate better, because they show me the blue coming in to help you start to communicate for yourself better, to help you advocate for yourself, make your needs be known. And those things are important, because it does feel like you have a little bit of a hard time saying, this is what I need, please. This is what's helpful for me. And so learning to express that in a just nice and neutral way, that this is what I need, so that your partner can help you with that. So that would be very helpful for you as well. So I'm going to leave you with that, Stephanie, so that we can get to some more people here today. And I hope that's helpful, and God bless you. So Richard, if we could just keep moving on. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, Stephanie. Okay, Kayla. Kayla, how are you here today? Are you still here, Kayla? Okay. Kaylee, I apologize. Sorry, Kaylee. Sometimes us Americans don't pronounce the names correctly. I don't mean any offense, but I've been corrected a few times, and just know it's not personal. Oh my goodness, I feel so bad afterwards. Richard's laughing at me in the background because he knows. Oh my gosh, darling. Okay, let's see what we've got for you, beautiful. I want to see what's coming in for you. So Kaylee, my beautiful, you've got a lot of beautiful, what I want to call is white color, white light coming around you too. So I would not be surprised if you're either in a helping profession. So when I say helping profession, nursing, social work, counseling, but it can show up in all kinds of ways. Okay, beautiful, you're here. Thank you, Kaylee. If you're not in a business like that, that's kind of helping other people. Sometimes it's even customer service, but you're doing a lot of kind of caring for other people and making sure people are okay. And if that's not true for you, then you're a naturally caregiving type of person who likes to give to others. So let me know if this is making sense. It's beautiful, beautiful white light around you. And I know you've got spirit helpers that are literally specifically there with you, helping you with this part of your essence of you, if that makes sense, Kaylee. Okay. Now it's interesting because I'm seeing little bells ringing too. So I'm curious of what they're showing me with them. Now we're in a love show here. So I'm like, hey, spirit, are these wedding bells or what is this showing up for me too? So, cause I'm trying to see where we're going with that too. Okay. I'm not singing just yet, but I know I need to give you the bells, and I know I see little, birds coming in for that too. So I know there's a lot of what I want to say is peace coming in with that too. So let me know if this is resonating for you too. I also want to give you the number 8. So I know the number 8 is a very important number too. So don't not be surprised if you're seeing a lot of those on license plates, on the clocks, things like that. I know this to be very important for you, that I need to give you the number 8. For me, it's one of my favorite because it's the infinity just turned sideways. So it's that beautiful internal number. So I know when you see me looking up, that's because I'm connecting with spirit. So I'll try to make that eye contact with you too, Kaylee. So let me know if this is making sense for you so far as we're just kind of unfolding this for you too. I also know I need to give you the color red too. And I see your red heart, and I see a beautiful red heart coming in for you too. That is there for you. So I know love is something that's very important to you. I know this is something starting a new job soon, currently work in a school. Okay. Okay, so beautiful. So your work with students is how this caregiving color is kind of coming in for you too. Okay, beautiful. And I also know, Kaylee, too, number 8 is your mom's birthday. Oh, God bless you. Thank you for letting me know that. So that's letting you know. You've got her beautiful energy around you. Perfect, too. No, where was I going? Okay, so we were talking about the red heart, and we were talking about love. And you're always going to be somebody who's going to be inclined to want to be helpful for others. So just know that that's something that's there for you. So it's never anything gone wrong or anything. So if anyone says to you, oh, you're too nice to other people, no, this is part of your nature. This is just who you are. But that you always deserve to have people give you love and attention and kindness back too. So just will make sure I put that out there for you too. It's really quite beautiful too. I want to pull a card for you as well and see where we're going with this also. Oh, I love this one. Oh my gosh, you got an Archangel card, and it's number 15. Let me know if that number resonates. And it's Archangel Haniel, Haniel. And if I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. Joy, blessings, and intuition. And this beautiful lady, and she's holding up, looks like a sweet little bird up in her hands. That's really beautiful. Always helping others. That's just part of who you are. And you're all about love too. I can just see, I can see all the pink sensitive light around you too. It flows within your heart. You have a beautiful, glowing diamond in your heart. So I know you are all about love, and you've always emanated that from the time that you were little, and everyone kind of knew you were sensitive and a little bit different in that in that sense of the word, of being extra sensitive compared to, say, the rest of the family around you and the friends around you and things like that. You've always been. This is just part of your nature. This is part of who you are. And it is a beautiful gift to the world. So I know it's very important as I'm coming in. I'm talking a little fast because Spirit's coming in very purposely for you to let you know that you have been blessed with this gift. I feel a lot of emotion coming in with this too, emotion to tell you this, but I know you're feeling it on your end too. You're feeling the emotion as you're hearing Spirit tell you that this is a gift of who you are to humanity, because every time you spread that eminence of love to other people, that care for other people, they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel appreciated, and you have changed the world just like that, one person at a time. So you're in a beautiful profession of being able to work with students, and anything that you choose to do is always going to be helpful. Even if you're just going to the store, you smile at somebody, you've made a difference because you naturally radiate this beautiful, loving presence. So I know this to be very important. So I just want to make sure that I really adequately help Spirit wrap their beautiful angel wings of grace around you to let you know how important this is too. And they show me that sometimes your heart hurts, and you doubt yourself sometimes because you're wondering, did I do enough? Exactly. I try my best always. You're wondering, did I do enough? Did I do it right? And they show me the little bit of heartache and the tension that comes in here for you sometimes too. And some of this is about not always being appreciated back. And you're hoping that sometimes this love and care will be reflected back to you. But they're saying, don't worry too much about this. Don't worry too much about this. Keep being you, keep doing you. But also over time, as you just continue to grow in age too, more understanding about you will come for you, more of that know thyself process. So they encourage you to keep having self-inquiry for yourself and spiritual inquiry as well, a nice little balance, and then keep you that grounded presence that you have, because you have a beautiful groundedness in combined with your sensitivity. So it's really quite beautiful. Now you've got this change coming in with your job too. And I know we're talking about love, but this job is kind of part of this change because you're a person who likes to help other people with that too. But what they're saying is to really kind of follow your internal compass. And so they're bringing me again to the solar plexus for you. So letting me know, really kind of like go with your gut when you're trying to make decisions about things, to go with your gut, and that's going to lead you to where you're supposed to be. So I hope that this is helpful. They also show me a beautiful kind of like tree of life for you too. So you're very much in a space where right now you're feeling the connectivity to Spirit. You're feeling the connectivity to your higher self. You've got this kind of big question mark out there, kind of like, hello, Spirit, what, what do you have for me? I'm so open to like learning more. So this is quite beautiful phase that you're in. So I know this to be very important. But this is a beautiful card. So make sure you do a little lookup on Archangel Haniel. She's absolutely beautiful joy of an angel for you to connect with. And she was one of mine from the very beginning. So I'm like so happy I pulled this for you. It's really exciting too. Now I'm going to get the rose deck for you too to see where we're going next. But again, they're bringing me to the pink around you. So I know the sensitivity is very important too. And it's interesting. You're reading and trying to learn how to connect with spirit. Absolutely. And congratulations to you for that. I'm so happy for you because it's such an exciting journey to learn how to do that. And absolutely you can. So just don't question if you're intuitive, because you absolutely are. You can't be as sensitive as you are without helping that white light and that pink light that's in your essence and that's in your auric field. It's like you can't not be intuitive with that in you, because you're just naturally sensitive to be able to receive the impressions from spirit. And that's something you can just use in your day-to-day life, just because a lot of times people have jobs that are not, they're not a psychic or they're not a medium, but they're naturally intuitive, and they use it in a beautiful way because it helps them to know what people need. That's one of the great gifts about being an empath, is you know what people need. You can feel into it, and so you can be very successful in any type of career. But absolutely, if you want to learn how to do that, connect with other people's loved ones, or even just your own spirit, your own self, your own loved ones, you can do that for you. Spend a little time just kind of learning how to sit in the power. Little quick version of that. It's time where you can learn to kind of focus your awareness and kind of expand it out. So bring your awareness kind of into a spot within yourself, like your heart space or your solar plexus. Tune into that, put your focus into that, and then to imagine yourself filling up the room with love and radiating out. Just the justification you needed. Thank you. You're so welcome. I could feel it too. They were like really like pushing on me to let you know that this is who you are, and you're beautiful and perfect just the way you are. Oh my gosh, I want to cry. Okay, so beautiful. This is the card I pulled for you, the second one, from the Wild Rose. It's called the Wild Rose, but it's from the Rose Oracle. Of course, I bought that one because, Rose. Okay. All right. And it says, this is what it says, beautiful. It's called the Wild Rose. It doesn't have a number on it. And it says, do it your way, embrace your uniqueness untamed. So isn't that perfect? Because that's kind of just in alignment with what we were saying about you have your own unique essence and sensitivity to yourself. And even if this is a little bit different from the people around you that you've grown up with, and they may not always get you or understand you, that's okay. Keep being you. So you've got that like little nature in you. So you're going to be somebody who's going to have to learn how to step out of the box and do things a little bit differently from other people. That's okay. That's beautiful. Just keep embracing that and cultivating that with you too, because you give permission for other people to do that too. When you learn to embrace your own uniqueness, despite maybe, because the spirit can sometimes put little challenges in our path to help us question, to help us more know ourselves, to build our confidence within ourselves. And so just know those are reflections teaching me how to be stronger within myself. And the more you stay in that beautiful self-confidence of you, you give permission for other people to do that. When you say, I can step out of the box, I can do things in this way, in this path, and I'm good with that, and I'm not going to worry about what naysayers think or do or say, you give other people permission to do that too. So good for you. I'm so happy I got to connect with you. So happy I got to meet you here. And I just want to thank you for coming and being here today and giving us all of your presence. And I know that other people were able to tune into your message who are also quite sensitive, and giving them that little reassurance as well. So you gave a beautiful gift by being here today, because other people are getting to hear your message and they're getting to learn from that as well. And I just feel spirit holding your hands too. You've got a beautiful paternal figure, grandfather, coming in, very lovely. And he's just coming in, he holds your hands and just says, I love you. He just says, I love you. And he just blowing you a little kiss, just a little something, little pop in to say hello for you too. So I'm going to leave you with that, Kaylee. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and keep moving forward. And again, we are having a little bit of trickiness over on Facebook. So if you want to move to YouTube and have a little bit easier time following, that would be great. But we have you either way. So I just want to thank you all for being here today. And we're just going to look through some more of our viewer comments to see where we're going. Okay. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Okay, just looking through here. Thank you all for being here. I'm seeing we've got Tina's here, Barbara's here, Carrie's here. Thank you all for being here. I just want to say hello to all of you. Okay, thank you for being here. Benita's here. I want to say hello and thank you to all of you. I'm just waiting to see where I'm drawn. Okay. Okay, Tina's just giving some feedback to Judith. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for giving your love to Judith. There you go. Okay. I'm just going to see where I'm drawn next. I want to thank Julie for being here as well. Okay. Thank you for being here, Joanne. Thanks for the love and the hearts. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hello, Barca. Thank you for being here. God bless you for being here. I want to say hello to you. I'm just waiting for Spirit to let me know where I'm going next. Oh, Ben Davis, thanks for coming in. Sending Tina love and light. Okay, thanks, Julie, for being here. Hi, Stace. Good to see you. How are you doing, love? Thanks for being here, Stace. Thanks for being here, Carrie. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, Natalie, I'm going to work with you next. Okay. Hi, Benita. Thanks for your beautiful heart. Hi, Natalie. How are you? I hope you're doing well here today. Let me get a little sip of water and see what Spirit's got for you too. Now, Natalie, I'm thinking I might have connected with you before on a previous show. Let me know if that's correct. But I'm having, it's beautiful because the color on the back of these cards is beautiful lavender purple color. And that's coming in for you too. So now I know as I tune into you that you are quite intuitive and you're quite connected with Spirit. So I know this to be very important that I bring in for you as well. I also know that there's what they're doing it, they're bringing me into the heart space for you. So I know there has been loss as far as people kind of going to Spirit for you. There's been loss there too that I feel, and it's taken a little bit of a toll, and there's been like consistent healing process going on for that. Natalie, let me know if this is making sense, because I feel like there's been loss as far as people like passing on and going to Spirit for you, and they're bringing me this too, and I can feel a lot of emotion around this too. So I know they come in a very, Spirit comes in a very sensitive manner too. So Natalie, just check in with me and let me know. Okay, that's not making sense for you. Okay, I'm just going to keep. Oh, you haven't gotten the message for, okay, possible. Okay, sorry, that I was thinking probably of a different Natalie. Okay, so okay, there has been. Okay, thanks for the validation. I thought the message was for that early. Okay, so thanks. Okay, so haven't given you a message before, and don't worry, even if I had, I would still continue with you. But you do understand the loss. Okay, beautiful, because I can. They're bringing me to that too. That it's puts a little bit of heaviness around you. And remember, heaviness isn't bad. It's just letting me know that you've been going through a grief process, as many of us all have to go through. But they're bringing so much love and grace to you as we go into that too, as I'm going to let this unfold. Now, Natalie, you've got a mother or mother-like figure that's coming in for you too, but I'm seeing her being older. So this could be grandmother that was very motherly for you too. I don't have that quite clear just yet, but I do know, let me see as I'm going to tune into her. She's coming in and blending with me. It's interesting because she's showing me kind of in her older years where she would have, her parents would have been kept a little bit more practical and simple. But then she shows me in her younger years, she's quite, fashionable like this. So she really was a very beautiful lady. But in her older years, she kind of got just a little bit more simple, a little bit more practical with her appearance, just because she kind of had to. But she lets me know that in her younger years, she was kind of like quite a dish. Okay, so this is your grandmother. So this is the grandmother who would be, you would see pictures of her looking very nice, very dressed up. She has a lovely elegance to her. She has a lovely fun to her too, because you see how I'm kind of like moving my hands. And so I know that she would have expressed herself in a very creative manner too. But I know she also shows me later in life, she had to kind of be a more practical, a little bit more simple, just because she didn't have the same kind of energy level that she did when she was younger. So let me know if this is making sense for you now. Too. Okay, beautiful. Now I also know with this grandmother's is interesting because she's bringing me to her hands, and I'm trying to understand what she's doing with this, because if this is a little bit different. It's as if she had some kind of healing abilities, but it almost looks like as if she didn't quite know that she had this, because it's almost like it's like half done as she's showing it to me, because I'm not seeing both of my hands going like this. It's like half done. So it's like she had some abilities to her, but they weren't, either she didn't get to utilize them or express them, and or didn't know about them. So let me know if this is making sense for you, Natalie, because that's is a little bit different how she's showing it to me. So I'm trying to kind of learn from her and her way of expressing herself as spirit. But she comes in with big bright eyes for you too. So I know her eyes would have been very expressive. And I love this lady because I know that she sparkles her eyes at you when she sees you. And this is a gift that we can all give to other people. Let our eyes sparkle when we see our people, when our friends come into our awareness, into our company, when our family comes into our company. Give them the eye sparkle, that little light up, so they know that you're happy to see them. But I feel that that's how she's coming in for you, Natalie. You don't know about the healing. Okay. It's interesting because she shows it like she's just bringing in bring it to, but it's like one hand, and she brings right to the middle of her hand. So it feels like that was there for you. Now, Natalie, I need to check in with you. Would you understand for yourself that this is something that you've been working on or interested in? Because there's a reason why she's not bringing the two hands together as if I'm doing with both hands. So there's something going on there that I'm trying to help understand, but just the way that she's kind of showing it to me, I'm not getting the full picture quite yet. But this is how we keep growing. This is how we keep growing in our understanding with every time we have a new loved one coming in to spend. But let me know if this is making sense for you, because she particularly draws me to the right hand, and she's pointing right to the palm of the right hand. So I know this to be important. Now, let me know if you also understand about the appearance, because she was bringing me a lot of attention to her appearance, as well as being something that was important to her when she was younger. Okay, you've been thinking about doing a Reiki course. Okay, beautiful. Okay, because remember, we feel the energy kind of coming out of our hands. Spirit comes in, and then they allow the spirit, what we kind of call the universal life force energy, to move through us as channels. So remember, it's not your energy, it's just the spirit energy moving through you, but you can feel it kind of tingling on you too. So Natalie, let me know, because I do feel as if you've already kind of started to feel this starting to manifest for yourself. And that's one of the reasons you're feeling drawn to take the course, because you're already feeling like something's going on there, and you're kind of like, what's that? What should I do with that? So let me know if that's making sense for you too, that I need to bring that for you. Now, this grandmother also wants to come to you, and she wants to give you a blessing. So this is how so I know she would have also been a spiritually minded lady too, because she literally wants to give you a blessing, and she wants to just put her little hands on your shoulders and let you know how loved you are. And she wants to help to heal for you some of the loss that you've had to experience. Because I do know they're showing me just a big, beautiful rainbow, but I can see there's a lot of beautiful faces in the rainbow that belong to you. They're part of your life legacy. Okay, it's really just something you've been interested in. Okay, so just keep in mind that that might start showing up for you, because she keeps pointing to the right hand, right to the palm. So just keep that in mind in your back pocket for later. Nothing you have to like do today, but keep that in mind, because I do feel that. And she shows me the green color coming in for you too. That's connected with healing, and it's mixed with the beautiful pink. But I also know this is something you can take your time with, but I also know here today, she brings that forward, but she also lets me know with this blessing that she's helping to bring heart healing for you. Okay. Yes. Loads of them up there. She's helping to bring heart healing for you, because when we've lost so many people, that's a lot. That's a lot, that's a lot for the human part of us to have to keep working through. So God bless you, because you're here and you still bring a smile out into the world. So God bless you for doing that. And that's why Grandma wants to bring in this blessing for you, and she's wanting to help lighten some of this for you so that you can feel a little bit more energy, feel a little bit more joy, feel a little bit more happiness and more spring to your step. That's what she's showing me, because that's naturally who you are. You're somebody who has a beautiful spring to your step. You're somebody that has a lot of outgoingness, but because of all the loss, it's just put a little bit of this on there, and she's coming in with her blessing and her beautiful grandma angel wings, just kind of lighten that up for you, and to give it some love and some grace and some healing, and to let you know how beautiful you are. She comes in so happy and so much joy, and she lets you know that they're all at peace up in spirit world. So I know this is important for you to know that they're all in peace and they're all in a good place, and they all come here for you, literally in this beautiful circle, to give you love and to express healing for you as well. I'm going to give you this card too. Oh, there's two of them. Let me see her. Okay, beautiful. You got some beautiful cards, Natalie. So the first one is called The Rose Garden, Innocence, Forgiveness, Be Gentle with Yourself. So that's pretty accurate for as what we were talking about, is the heart space that they were bringing me to, because there's that part of you that has had to kind of have a lot of this, again, this loss and this grief, and that innocent part of you is just like, ooh, gosh, guys, like, this is enough. So I know they're feeling that. And so they're letting me know that they're recognizing that with you too. And that's why Grandma comes in with all of this beauty and the gentleness. It's interesting with the forgiveness, because when I turn into that word, it does feel like you can be a bit hard on yourself sometimes, to the point where you can tell yourself stories that little mistakes become big mistakes. And they're saying, let's put that in proportion too, because we can so easily, with the stories in our mind, make us think that things are so much bigger. And they let you know that it's not necessary to be so hard on yourself for little things, because mistakes are not really that. They're just opportunities for us to grow, to know more about ourselves, and to develop more loving connections with people. And that's why we make them sometimes, but they happen for a reason. And if you learn something from it, if you grow and you make a better, more loving connection, and that's kind of like what I like to say is one of God's favorite things to do is make more beauty and more love out of anything. It doesn't matter how hard it is. She knows that we're always going in the direction where the evolution is always in more love. So anything you can do, and they're literally showing me you like buying a little flower from the hardware store and planting it into the dirt. So this is just a suggestion. You don't have to do it, but they're showing this to me as a beautiful suggestion of going to the nursery or wherever, buying yourself a little potted flower, planting it in the dirt. And then will be a helpful, what I want to say is release of that being hard on yourself, and a new beginning of being more loving to yourself, And by planting that flower, I've got the spirit shells all over for you, Natalie. So I know this is important. By planting that flower, you're showing I'm growing something beautiful and more loving from every experience that I've had. Every experience that has happened for me, I'm going to create love out of it. And don't we always say that if we can make something good out of something hard, then it makes the experiences worth it. So for instance, sometimes people will go and create like a charity or a foundation, or do something that's centered around how somebody passed. And they want to help somebody else not have to go through that as hard. That's making something more beautiful and more loving out of something difficult that happened, out of a difficult loss. So we always say, like, if we can help somebody else, then it was worth it, whatever we went through. So I feel like that planting that beautiful flower is a beautiful, just kind of symbolic gesture that you can do for yourself. And I do feel like Spirit will be right there with you too as well. So that's a beautiful suggestion from Spirit. The second card you have is called the Rose of Venus, and it says alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony. So that is letting you know that beautiful love is there for you. It's in your space. And this is something that you can grow and cultivate for yourself. They're also letting me know with this love too, that is for you. There's a lot of internal love to keep putting on yourself more and more and more. They show me they show me, this is beautiful. My gosh, this is so beautiful. The visuals they give is that the best love that you're going to have as far as reciprocal love of being in a relationship, right, is going to come from the most amount of self-love that you can give to yourself. So letting go of this being hard on yourself too, letting grandmother and your other family and loved ones in spirit come in and give you that embrace, because they just want to come in and just like cuddle you and hold you. That's what they want to do, is cuddle you and hold you. And there's a part of you who needs that. There's a part of you who wants that, right? But they show me a whole bunch of little rose petals just like showering all over you. And this is symbolic of the love you're giving yourself. So if you can, write down in a journal, suggestion for you, write down a journal, different things you can do for you that will make you happy. They can be short, they can be long, they can be easy, they can be something that will take a little bit more planning to do. Maybe you have a friend help you do with this. But this literally, they're showing me, if you decide that you want to go in this direction and follow this suggestion, this is literally something that can kind of like change your reality for the better and literally move you from kind of like one space to a new space that's just bright gold. So they're very encouraging it, but I always say you're your independent person. So everything that you choose to do is your choice. So they always give you that too. But it's a very beautiful, a lot of golden light around that. So I hope that that's something that kind of like resonates for you too. Natalie, would you also understand, I'm a little hesitant to go in with this too, but they're bringing forth somebody that would be a smoker. I'm not sure if this is you or somebody that's connected to you. But I've got grandma saying like, this isn't such a good habit. So I'm just going to leave that. Whatever you do with that is free will. But I've got that coming in with grandmother being just a little bit health conscious, not saying that there's anything wrong. And that's what I'm going to leave it, because I'm not a medical intuitive or anything like that. But I want to make sure I give grandma her grace of what she's saying from spirit world, that it just feel like there's somebody within here in the physical that she just thinks it might be better habit not to do that. So I'm just going to leave you with that too. So, and again, what you do with that is your choice. Okay, your dad died of emphysema, so that's why she's cautious of that too. Okay, that makes sense why grandmother would want to bring in that too, So, and I'm so sorry for your loss with your dad. So I hope that this all resonated for you and was helpful for you, and that you can take this for you too. But they're bringing a lot of beautiful, beautiful hearts around you, but letting you know there is beautiful love for you. So Richard is letting me know that we're all done for the day. So Natalie, I want to thank you for being our person to help us close out our time here today. I want to thank everybody for your patience today. I know we had some little hiccups over on Facebook, and that's nothing to do with SBTV, but it has to do with Facebook. We're having some struggles with that too, but we can blame it on Mercury retrograde. I always have fun doing that. And hopefully you were able to kind of find your way over to YouTube. And if you came in late, you can go back and rewatch the recording. I did have a little message at the beginning that might be interesting for you to watch. So what I'm going to leave you with here too is just a little very, very short message from Spirit just to close us out. And I do feel Spirit just wanting to say to each and every one of you that's here, they are so thankful that you took the time for yourselves to come to this, what I want to say is sacred space. They did kind of knock on the doors and make the little impressions to help people feel guided to be here today. Thank you, Serendipity 589. I so appreciate you. They did give those little impressions. Thank you, Amy, for us all to come here today and share in this connectivity, this beautiful, loving connectivity. And they remind each and every one of you that you have purpose in this world. You have a path in this world. It's your beautiful and unique path. And even if at times it looks like it's got shadows or darkness or turns that you don't understand, they show all of that clearing away. And they let you know from the higher self perspective, all they see is flowers lining each of your paths. It's a beautiful golden path. It's lined with flowers. So the true reality of you and your life, which is so magical and so special and so wonderful and so important. The spirit world literally couldn't exist without you here in it, without your special spark of consciousness that is always eternal, always has been, and always it wouldn't exist, because each and every one of us plays an integral part in that. And they let you know your path is beautiful and magical. So just take that into your heart. let you and yours know how special you are. Please tell somebody you love them today. Send a little message, a little text, a little email, a phone call, anything you can do just to say, I love you, or I'm thinking about you. You will make somebody's day, change somebody's life, and change the world for the better with just that little small gesture. So I'm going to leave you with that. And thank you all so much for coming. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. And again, thank you for being part of the SPTV family. A lot of beautiful shows coming up in the week. And don't forget to see my friend Debbie with Shannon on Friday. And I do believe Richard Paul's coming into Bannisters on Thursday, right? I do believe Paul Bannister scheduled to come on Thursday. Another good friend of mine, Spiritual Talk, is connected with SPTV. And so I'm a lovely co-host of Paul Bannister's on Spiritual Talk, which Richard has been so welcoming to have come on every other Thursday too. So those are my two little shout outs for my buddies, but there's so many beautiful mediums that come here every day, donating their time and their presence for all of you. So I just wanted to thank you all for coming, and thank all of the mediums and all of the practitioners that come onto the show. And thank you for Richard for doing all of this out of the goodness of your heart, just for love, just to be part of the spiritual community and making the world a better place and bringing us all together, because Richard just does this for us. So thank you, and have a beautiful night. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks. Take good care. Bye, everybody. Blowing kisses.